Good afternoon, everyone. This is Patricia Shaw, the Women of Excellence Advocate. Thank you for joining. Today, I will be talking about what I always talk about, relationships. This ebook, The Five C's of a Successful Relationship, is available free on my website, womenofexcellence.biz. Thank you to all that are joining. I appreciate it. I talk about relationships because I've been married to the same man for 26 years, and I'm so thankful. This ebook, The Five C's of a Successful Relationship, is available on my website, and you can go and download it for free. Womenofexcellence.biz. Thank you to everyone who is joining my Periscope and to all that will watch the replay. I'd love it if you would give me some hearts, if you believe or feel that the information I share is valuable to you. And that is my endeavor. Thank you, Web Judge, for joining. I am Patricia Shaw, the Women of It, and I am a certified professional relationship coach. This is my first time doing this scope in landscape, so you have to bear with me. Listen. The five C's of a successful relationship. Commitment, communication, chirp, coaching, and chemistry. Everyone knows about chemistry. And of course, in order for your relationship to last, like mine has for 26 years, there has to be chemistry between you and your partner. I sure wish. Okay. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you to everyone that's on. Um, as as I stated again, I'm Patricia Shaw, certified professional relationship coach. I've been married to my husband for 26 wonderful years. I am a best-selling author, speaker, and I love women. I love to build up women. I love to encourage, inspire, and impact the lives of women. My book, The Five C's of a Successful Relationship, is available on my website, womenofexcellence.biz. It is a free download, and I talk about the five C's of a successful relationship, some things that I have done over the 26 years I've been married to my husband. And I talk about communication, talk about commitment, I talk about chirping, I talk about coaching, and I talk about chemistry. Everybody knows about chemistry. Hey, Yvette, God bless you. Few people actually, when I say chirping in the book, I'm not going to tell you, you have to go and download it and read it. But what I'd like to do, starting next week, Monday, I'd like to do a weekly scope. And discuss the book in detail. If you missed it, my husband and I did a scope Monday, and we talked about submission versus thank you. We talked about submission versus surrender. A lot of times men want women to surrender to them, but the Bible never told us to surrender. The Bible told us to submit. And the topic was so hot and heated, and I'm so glad that he was able to give insight from a man's perspective, because there were quite a few men on the scope. And if you weren't on the scope, you can go to my YouTube page. I always broadcast all my periscopes to YouTube. So tonight I want to ask a question. Can you stand the rain? A lot of relationships don't make it 2 or 3 years because those that are in the relationship, for some reason or another, most women put a lot of their time in planning the wedding, but few people put the time in that's needed to plan a marriage. A marriage takes a lot of commitment. It takes love. It takes honesty. There is so much involved when it comes to relationships. We live in a society where people, I went and watched this movie last night called The Perfect Guy. And I really disliked how they made the woman to look, because on the second meeting, her second encounter with this man, they were in the bed having sex. I really was so disappointed, because I told my husband, I'm so sick of these movies portraying women as the desperate person. But I don't know. Maybe we are. I don't know. But I was kind of disgusted at it, because, as I said, on the second encounter, they were sleeping together. And with everything that's going on in society, HIV, AIDS, who sleeps with a man on the second encounter without getting any information about him? Yesterday on my page, I posted something. It said, don't make decisions out of desperations. Make decisions out of inspiration with plenty of information. And a lot of times we don't do that. We do not make decisions with information. I read the other day a young lady, and I want some feedback on this. I went to her Facebook page, and it came up in my news feed. She looked like she may have been 20, or somewhere between 20 and 25. Her post said, it does not make you a hoe if you sleep with a man on the first date. Neither does waiting 90 days make you a wifey. So I said to myself, what is missing in society? So many women, for some reason, think that they have to give their body away to a man in order to be in a relationship. There was a young lady on the Scope Monday, and she said that she was in a relationship with the man that she married for 5 years, and she was a virgin when they married. Now, I applauded her, because few women in today's society really respect themselves enough to where when they make a boundary. And if you have not been following my blog, this week I'm talking about setting boundaries. It's so important to set boundaries in relationships. And what I say is, the boundaries are not for him. The boundaries are for you. When we as women, yes, being in divine order, that is so true. When we as women do not set boundaries for ourselves, we are telling a man that we're accepting anything that he does. And a lot of times when women have been in these relationships for 10 and 12 years, 2, 3, and 4 years, and there is no commitment, it's because she has not set boundaries for herself. So I am an advocate, and I've been talking about it all week. Set boundaries for yourself. The boundaries are not for him. When you get in a relationship, chemistry is normally the first thing that draws us to the person. And when you set boundaries, you are able to step back and say, you know what, he is fine. Yeah, he's fine as wine. But guess what? I am going to respect myself enough not to get caught up in a situation. I always say I get so many emails from women on a daily basis asking questions. And this young lady, she asked me a question: did this guy love her? She said that she had a child with him, and then in about a year later, he ended up having a baby with another young lady, and then she turned around and had a baby. They had a baby by the same guy within about 3 months from each other. And so I told her, no, he absolutely not can love you and her at the same time. What he's doing, he's lusting after both of you. And so what is happening, he ended up being with the other young lady. And so now I'm trying to help her to understand situations can make us bitter, but Don't allow the situation to make you bitter. Ask God to help you through this challenging situation to make you better. And I'm going back to boundaries. When we set boundaries as women for ourselves, it is hard. So we make it difficult for a man to treat us any kind of way. I always tell women when I begin coaching them, self-love is the first type of love. And you would be surprised. Most of the women that I coach, they are 35 and older, and they have children by multiple men. And so I'm trying to work with them to understand the first thing you have to do is learn to love yourself. When you learn to love yourself, you will be able to draw the love that God has for you. See, we do not set boundaries. I'm still on setting boundaries. When we as women learn to set boundaries, and the boundaries are not for him, the boundaries are for us. So, anyone want to jump in and ask a question or put some input on this? I'm talking about can you stand the rain? And really, in relationships, a lot of times we can't stand the rain because we don't know how to really have a relationship. So many times people think relationships is sex, but a relationship should not be founded. The foundation of a relationship should not be on sex. It should be on love. And 90% of relationships are founded on lust, which they think are love. But there's a difference between lust and love. Lust captivates the mind. Love captures the heart. There's a difference. Does anyone want to say anything? Share? I've been able to stand the rain with my wonderful husband for the last 26 years because he acknowledges God. And because he acknowledges God, the relationship, I have no problem submitting. He never asked me to surrender my will to his. What God asked me to do is submit. And that's what I do. I submit to my husband because he first submits to God. And that's the alignment. When our relationship is out of alignment, we cannot complete the assignment. And a lot of people don't understand marriage is an assignment. Oh my God, I wish I could go on a little further. I will one day, but Monday I want to dive deeply into the ebook that I was inspired to write by all the questions that I receive on a daily basis about relationships. And the 5 C's of a successful relationship are first commitment, then communication, chirping, coaching, and chemistry. Everyone has chemistry down pat. We are professionals in the chemistry department, but the other areas is where the relationships lack. And a lot of times that is what causes them to fail. So I don't want your relationship to fail. I want your relationship to last. The 5 C's of a successful relationship. It is available free online at my website, and I would love for you to go and get a copy and read, and join me next Monday as I discuss in detail each letter, the 5 C's of a successful relationship. Well, if no one has any questions or any comments, I do appreciate those that have taken the time out of your busy day to be with me. I certainly appreciate it, and I don't take anything for granted. As I always say, excellence is not perfection, it's progression. Every step that we make in the right direction, we are moving forward. And we are women of excellence. I'm Patricia Shaw, the Women of Excellence Advocate, certified professional relationship coach, best-selling author, and speaker. And yes, I do love women. I love to empower, inspire, and encourage the heart of women. God bless your day. Thank you.